What is your American dream?
My American dream is to have all the people in this country unite under the fact no racism, no discrimination, no people that make billions when other people are suffering.
For that people to have honest conversations, to care about each other, and to have equal rights.
My American dream is an America where we fully engage the ideals of freedom, liberty, and justice for all people, not based on the color of your skin tone, your access to money and resources, your ability to pay your way through a legal system or a litigious process to obtain something like health care.
I hope America will be one day like Martin Luther King fight so hard for equality. We are all the same. We are all the same. There's no race, there is no nationality, nothing. We are created by God and we are all the same, and that's what we have to be in this country.
My American dream is that this truly does become a place where we can all coexist and have liberty and justice for all.
Everyone has a right to the American dream. Welcome, everybody. It is Martin Luther King Day. We are here live on January 20th. I am joined by the ever laughing, you're always laughing, Nesquik, and Yonathan Yo-Yo Elias. Isn't she always laughing? She's always I could say the corniest joke in the world. Like the world's worst joke.
And she'll laugh.
And she laughs. I don't know if she laughs just because she's on payroll and says, I better laugh at this guy.
That was in the contract.
Or she just laughs at anything.
I'm here for moral support, okay? I like to make people feel good.
I just look at Nesquik and she just starts laughing. It's the funniest thing, right? Look at her. Right?
I can't stop. I just always have a smile on. It's my thing.
It's really nice.
That's
it's a
all.
really nice thing.
Would you rather have someone grumpy on your show?
No,
Do you smile when you're mad too? That's kind of
Yeah, that's when you really can't.
That's when
I'm one of those people.
Yeah.
I'm one of those people that even smiles when she's mad. So like, and it's like, is she really mad? Like,
nah,
you see,
those
that
are
would
the
get
crazy
that
ones.
would make me crazy.
Yeah,
because
it's just like an eye thing.
Because you're smiling at me and cursing me out at the same time, and I'm like, this lady's crazy.
Yeah, right,
She's
yeah.
smiling at me and cursing me out at the same time.
yeah, my boyfriend might be familiar with how that goes.
Oh, Lord.
Yonathan Yo-Yo Elias, how was your weekend, sir? Tell me about it.
Yo-Yo's weekends are always
all over my
eventful.
body.
Yes, I heard you got into an accident with a car. Is that true?
I ran into a parked car.
Or yeah,
You know. Usually it's the car runs into you, but here in this particular case,
that car beat me up.
In this particular case, Yonathan ran into the car. He called Moshe the bulldozer Baruch, right?
I should have.
Moshe called me. What do you should have? You called him, and Moshe says, "No, the car has to run into you.
Not
you don't run into a car.
it should at least be on
Exactly.
in order for things
or
to go
somebody
down.
in there.
You know, like Moshe's like, what exactly did the car do wrong?
Right,
You know, what the car was parked in the wrong
I don't know,
spot.
Moshe. I was just there in the car,
bad.
and then I just hit it.
It was bad. But I went to Atlanta. I had a blast. I went to the Hawks game.
Yeah.
I went to like parties galore. I
To be Yo-Yo.
Just living my best baby boy life.
I'm going to tell you something. The landlord for apartment 9J must love you because you are
I'm never
never
there.
home. You are
Pays
never
rent,
home.
he's never home.
Man pays rent. He never shows up to his
Ever.
apartment.
Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, because, me and Nesquik went to storm
Right.
apartment 9J this weekend. The doorman's like, go right in. He's never there.
No wonder I saw all my stuff mixed around.
Yeah.
It was us.
So that's quick. How are you? How was your weekend?
I'm doing great. I mean, it's not as great as Yo-Yo's.
No,
I don't know if my American dream is to come in on a day and have a better weekend than Yo-Yo's.
That's
did.
your American
He's a world
dream?
traveler. If it's not in California, he's in Atlanta. He's everywhere.
That is.
So my dream is to not come straight from work and have a great.
That's gonna be a tiring dream.
I'm gonna tell you something. I
here
want
for
you to
it.
know I really have wonderful days every day, and then I come into here. I have to say I'm jealous. I come in and I come in. It's very true. I come in.
I can see this being true. I feel it.
Every weekend I come in on a Monday and I have to hear about the greatest weekend this man ever had in his entire life. I'm like, one weekend is better than the next, and then I'm like, what am I doing wrong here?
We're just glad to have you here, Yo-Yo.
Well, thank you guys for having me, everybody. Thank you so much.
How was your weekend, Brad?
I didn't run into a car. I didn't party. I didn't party at clubs.
Oh, Lord.
I was not at the Atlanta Hawks game in the luxury box. I didn't do any of that. You know.
He left out that humble detail.
Yes.
I know I did.
All right, let me say hello. Let me say hello to the squad. Maybe they had some good weekends too.
Right.
Yeah, let us know
Let
how
us
your
know.
weekends went.
Tamika Nelson saying, hey, y'all, Jessica Kalimi Joel, squad up, Lisa Bling Rose, in caps, squad up, everyone with 3 hearts. March Higgs, how are you? Navaline White Rodriguez saying, hello, everybody. Elizabeth Darby, good evening, squad up. March Higgs, my MLK Day is now lit.
Yeah.
March Higgs,
I like that.
with all the right lingo, right? She has the right lingo going. Lolita Platt, squad up. Jenny Goldberg is watching.
Oh, hey.
Otherwise known as Jenny from the Cubicle. Dionne Watson, squad up. I said Jessica Kalimi. Pizza, I see watching. Who else we see here? Cordella Douglas. I saw Cordella on Instagram and Facebook.
Okay.
I have not looked at YouTube yet.
Fisting.
She's double fisting, maybe with the foot. We'll find out soon enough. Eileen Clark, squad up. To all my squad team on this magnificent program. Shernette Chambers saying good day. And who else we have here? Suzanne Johnson and Alicia Davis Shepard, both squad up. On YouTube, Christopher Lowe saying hello. Jessica Kalimi Joel Reed, double fisting. Nikki Williams, squad up. Josie Torit, hello all and happy Martin Luther King Day. Happy Martin Luther King Day to everybody as well. Cindy Albert, squad up. Philip Ross, squad up. Jackie Harrison, squad. Yinka Ledajobi saying hello, squad. Jackie Harris with a thumbs up. 29 Super C, squad up. And we cannot forget our friends on Instagram, growing in leaps and bounds.
Yeah.
Slowly but surely.
Yeah, exactly. Because about a week ago, we only had like 6 people watching.
How many
We've
do we have
tripled.
now?
We have tripled now.
Really?
Yes, we are at 18.
Wow.
Right, that's tripling.
That's
No, that's
good.
good.
Right, 300% increase since
There
last
we
Monday.
go.
All right.
We just added that
TK.
platform.
What?
That we just added that
We just
platform,
added
so
it,
we're
correct.
growing. Yeah.
Star
We'll
Girl TK, squad up. Cordella Douglas, squad up. Camille 433, squad up. Kenroy Sam, squad up. By the way, I always think when they have numbers after, I'm like, that must be like their birthday somehow. But then I'm like, 433, there's no 33 days
Might
in,
be
Right.
their favorite number.
or maybe, I don't know. Where do they get 433 from?
Let us know.
Is there such a thing as having a favorite number?
My favorite number is 3.
Is it 3?
Yeah.
Why?
It just is. I don't know.
Do you have a reason behind it?
None.
None.
No.
What is your favorite number?
10.
10. Why 10?
Perfect 10. I'm a 10 club. When I pledged my fraternity, I was the 10.
Yeah.
And yes, perfection. I think 10 is perfection. And
Okay.
I like perfect.
Yeah,
Very good.
No explanation to
Very
mine.
good.
I just
I like that.
number
I like
3.
that.
Yeah.
All right. And
How about yours? You don't have one.
I do have one. I'm
What
waiting
is
for
it?
somebody to ask, but apparently, I was about to say, I guess nobody's interested.
We know all we need to know. Great job, Yo-Yo.
Who's interested in Uncle Brad anyway? Who cares what his
please.
number is? My favorite number, if anybody's interested, is 21.
Why?
Why? Because I was able to do everything legal.
Oh, okay.
I was able to tell my parents to leave me alone, and it's also blackjack. So between the three,
Yeah.
21 is my favorite
all the
number.
highlights.
All right, why don't you let everybody know what's who?
Is there a comment there you spotted?
Marge Hicks says 3 signifies death.
Oh, Mark Hicks. Ow. Excuse me.
Well, that'll knock the smile right off my face.
That's quick. You may want to change your favorite number. Why don't you tell everybody what they need to do?
That was dark.
Yo, and that's quick while I get ready to discuss my 21 favorite news articles of the day.
Yes, all right, everybody on Facebook, everybody on Instagram, everyone on YouTube. First things first, we need you all to join the Facebook fan page, the Brad Show Live fan page, and what you get with that is so many different things that you won't get on regular social media platforms. The main thing, I say this every day, the main thing, you can log on the page in the morning, even hours before we start the show, you could throw in your questions and it's a guaranteed we'll ask the first 5 questions that we get on that page.
I already have some here in my inbox, so those must have been the first 5 that logged into our Facebook group.
Yes, so you guys join that and we will accept it. It's very easy. Literally just put Brad Show Live, fan page will pop up, join, and you can become a VIP member. All right, so now, first things first, for Facebook, all we need you to do right now is share. We need you to get this video out all over the world, all right? It is very easy to do it. All you have to do is click that share button, the little arrow that's pointing to the right, share it to anyone's page, share it in an inbox, you can share it to groups, any groups that might benefit from this type of show. Or, like we say, it's an infotainment show.
We're at 3 shares right now, so we're just getting started.
By the way, I just want to announce Cordella's favorite number is 23.
Okay.
And Marge's favorite number is 16. Stacey Ann Daniel 7. She has no idea why though.
7.
Lucky 7.
Yes. Okay.
Truth Serum says 3 is my favorite too, but now reconsidering it, that it's the death number. I never knew 3 was the death number. I'm sorry, I just had to announce favorite numbers.
Someone knock us out of 3 shares on Facebook. We need to get that out of the way because this show is far from going anywhere.
That's the death number.
Right. No. And we can't have that on this show. So please, one more person share this on Facebook and even us out. A few others.
Like 9 shares now. But we need more. All right. So everybody share right now. Put in all of your questions in the comment section as well. Also like, love, smiley face, sad face, wild face, happy face, whatever emotion you're feeling, show us that love on the video because we love the interaction. What's up, Brad?
Colette Robinson's favorite number is 6. It just means she's very strong. I don't know where everybody gets these favorite numbers from. By the way, 29 Super C's favorite number? 29.
I figured that.
And Stargirl TK on Instagram, her favorite number? 16.
Okay.
We don't know why any of these numbers are anybody's favorite.
They just
Sometimes
like
they
them.
don't
They just
have
like
to
it.
be. Yeah.
I just love when people put meanings to it.
Yeah.
The only number that is like the 666 because that's the devil.
That's different.
That's the devil. Like if you said my favorite number is 666, I'd be like, oh my God, get out of here.
We might have to recast.
Yes, recast.
No. All right, what are we going to do on YouTube?
Okay, Brad Squad, so let's make sure that on YouTube, first things first, we have to subscribe. So turn that red button gray, just like that. Turn on your notification bell and make sure that you're also sharing this. You can share live on YouTube. Make sure that you share these posts and let everyone out there know what you're watching and why you're watching it and why it's important for everyone to tune in. And if you're not already on Instagram, make sure that you follow us, Brad Show Live. Make sure that you like and comment because we are still having our giveaway. So that's still a thing. Make sure that you are still posting on our latest.
Is it a giveaway or it's a free consultation?
It's not.
It's not a giveaway. You're not getting a little T-shirt. You're getting my time worth $200. It's a free immigration consultation for everybody who says, "Oh, I can't reach Brad. Oh, I can't get through to the show. Brad, you haven't asked my question 10 times. I've asked in social media. How come you never ask?" Well, here's a way to speak to Brad one-on-one privately and not only ask one question or 2 questions, ask all the questions you want.
Absolutely.
That is a free consultation. And Nesquik, in 3 sentences, Nesquik, because that's your favorite number. Right. All right, I'm going to give you have to say it in 3 sentences. You are allowed to use the word "and" to roll on to 1 sentence. But I'm giving you 3 sentences to tell everybody what is the contest, how you enter, and what you're supposed to do.
Okay, I just Oh, is that like 2 sentences already? Anyway.
Yeah, you already lost. All right, try
I
one more
already
time.
lost. Everyone
wait,
focus.
start. Focus now. 3 sentences. Can you do it?
No, I'll probably need 4.
All right, try for 3. It's your favorite number.
Okay, on Instagram, Liberian Amnesty posts. Make sure that you follow.
That's 2.
Also, you are going to like the picture and comment, tag 5 friends.
All right, you did it. You did have an ad. I think that was 4 though.
Yeah.
That was 4.
Oh, I
You
need
didn't
4.
do it. All you had to do was go and.
All I need them to do is to get
Have
on
one
Facebook,
run on
Instagram.
run on sentence. All right, yo, what else you got? Anything?
You guys make sure you like the video on YouTube. We want all the thumbs up. Turn that little gray thumb blue.
Brad gets upset, so we have to
He
get
gets
those
really
thumbs
sad.
up or we might not end
Yes.
up answering immigration question and people think that's a tease, but I feel like this Monday he's not
It
kidding.
is not a tease.
Right.
It is not a tease.
Yes.
Okay,
All right.
I have a dream today.
Oh, okay.
That my dream is that we will reach at least 35 thumbs up on YouTube before
Oh,
I'm
that's
done with
easy,
Schmooze.
squad. That is
We
an
could do
easy
that.
request.
Yeah, do that.
Easy request. I don't ask for a lot.
Right.
I
All right,
don't ask for a
now
lot.
it is time to get information about what's going on in the world. Let's talk about some schmoozing with Brad.
So, it's Martin Luther King Day, as Yo-Yo had told us previously. It's not really his birthday today.
No.
His birthday was January 15th, but we always celebrate here in the United States of America Martin Luther King Day on the 3rd Monday of January. Why? So everybody could have a 3-day weekend.
Right.
Rather than celebrate it on the 15th, which is his true birthday, we celebrate it kind of around where he was born. Now, let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Do either of you know at what age did Martin Luther King win the Nobel Peace Prize? How old was he? I'm going to let you both guess before I tell you the answer. Then maybe the squad knows.
I want to say 30.
You want to say he was 30 years
Yeah.
old when he won the Nobel? Don't Google it.
Right.
Yeah, you can't cheat. I see your fingers moving there, Nesquik.
Brad.
Yo-Yo, how old would you say?
I'll say 33.
You say 30. He was 35 years
I was
old.
going to say 35 too.
Can you imagine what a young man at 35 to have accomplished so much,
Yeah.
to have won? What an amazing. When you think about it, he was assassinated on April 4th, 1968.
Yeah.
That was about 6 months before I was born. I was born September 27th, 1968. He was assassinated in Memphis, Tennessee. He was 39 years old when he
crazy.
died.
So young.
He was standing on the balcony of his room at the Lorraine Motel in Tennessee. Had he been alive today, he would have been 91.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, he set off a period of mourning. It gripped America and the world. Many would say we are still mourning Dr. King's death today. He had a very powerful vision. You know the I Have a Dream speech. I picked out with Jilly, because she came and she goes, what part of the, because we have to, honor him and play a part of his speech. What part of the I Have a Dream speech do you really resonates with you the most? And this is, she gave me about 6 different choices, but this is what I picked. Let's watch.
I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal.
That resonates with me more than anything else.
Yeah.
And if we could ever reach the day when all men and women are looked at as created equal in the eye of God, and then you work hard, you play hard, you don't want to work hard, but everybody treats it's not about the government treating each other, because the government, I think, supposed to treat everybody equal. It's about each of our fellow people, our fellow citizens, treating each other equal. And only when your neighbor can treat you as an equal, your guy down the street, doesn't matter where they're from, and everybody can treat each other as being an equal, that's when everybody will say our government treats everybody as equal. And I think the biggest, issue in America today is we're looking for the government instead of looking at ourselves to treat each other equally. I don't know the answer how to get everybody to treat each other equally, but the government is really a reflection of who we are as a people.
Yeah.
What do you think?
No, I agree.
And what would you gentlemen, even though I feel we still have a long ways to go, but if we were to have had Martin Luther King, let's say, part of this interview today, what do you guys feel like he would feel like we've accomplished a lot since his time of this speech anyway?
Well, I think if Martin Luther King Jr. was alive, Barack Obama would have been our second black president. I think he would have been president of the United States.
Really?
Yes. Probably 1976.
Do you think the world would have been ready for that?
Yes, I believe so.
At that time?
Maybe, yeah.
I mean, wasn't there already a black woman that did?
Because in '76, the United States went very liberal in the polls, in against the Watergate scandals, or again maybe in '92 when Clinton, one of those. I think he would have. I mean, I don't know. I wasn't around, but I would think that as a leader, he would have transitioned into politics.
Yeah, he made enough of an impact, I feel, on the nation that people would see him in that, place him in that pedestal.
Yeah. Now, Martin Luther King Jr.'s son, he was 11 years old when Martin Luther King died. That's his son, Martin Luther King III. He's now 62 years old. Kind of looks like him a little bit, doesn't he?
Yeah.
In an interview in USA Today, the son, Martin Luther King III, spoke of how his personal loss was a profound one for the course of history. He said, had he lived, this is what his son said, had he lived, we would be in a dramatically different place. We probably would have resolved racism.
Yes.
I mean, that's a I don't know if we would have resolved it. I don't know if we would have resolved it.
It would have continued to grow. I feel like, unfortunately, there's so many of us on this planet that it won't ever come to a point, we would all hope so, come to a point where racism is completely gone.
I think that's utopia, but I think...
That is utopia.
Right, but I think that we would have had a vast majority of people perhaps be accepting of other people, and... I don't think it would have been completely gone.
Yeah.
But maybe a lot of it would be under the rock.
Yeah. Less things would be taboo, not so expected, not so many.
Yeah, probably. I agree with that. Now he says in that interview, which is interesting, is because he was actually 10 years old when his father was killed. He didn't really understand the gravity of it. He didn't understand what his father did. He just remembered, I didn't have a father to ride bikes with and play ball with.
Yeah.
Today. Martin Luther King's son travels and speaks at schools and events and volunteers for social justice groups. He advocates for banks. This is his thing. He advocates for banks to help people of color become homeowners and for diversity training. Now, he was speaking. They had the Women's March in Washington, D.C. Did you know about that, Vanessa?
Every year they host it.
Right, so it was the 4th annual Women's March, and he took the stage to introduce his wife, a humanitarian activist by the name of Andrea Waters King. And she reminded the crowd of thousands that 2020 marks 100 years since women earned the right to vote.
Wow. Oh, wow. Yeah, 2020, 100 years.
That was 100. I didn't realize it was 100 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know either.
It's getting to that point where so many things, at least for you and I, that were in our history books when we were younger, we were studying, now as adults, it's that happened that long ago. Mm-hmm. Wow, 100 years.
So meanwhile, we got to talk about the pumpkin just for a little bit on Martin Luther King Day. What's his deal with everything that Barack Obama did? It's like
he's threatened.
I don't know, whatever Barack Obama did, he's obsessed with.
Right.
What? Is it crazy or is it me?
So the conversation we were having before the show started. Again, I was speaking to a lovely elder woman yesterday, and she brought that up.
Yeah.
She's like it's almost as if he's so obsessed with Obama was the word this older woman
used. What's up with that?
Basically what it is.
Yeah, it's anything that could go wrong. It's just he just points fingers at
What's
Obama.
What's his mental problem with that? So now
he's obsessed.
So now on Friday, who would do this? He rolled back Michelle Obama's one of Michelle Obama's signature achievements was getting school nutrition on a national level.
Yeah.
I mean, on a local level, you can go into your school and argue for better food, but to do it on a national level, that the minimum nutrients for each child, no matter what school you go to, shouldn't be all this crap you're eating.
Right.
And more vegetables and more fruit. And especially in big parts of the country, there's food deserts. There's no access to vegetables and fruit in a vast majority
of the country,
of the United States of America. You don't realize that. The only thing there is fast food in a lot of these small towns. So she made it her signature achievement to make sure there's fruits and vegetables in school every day for children. Well, what did Trump do? He rolled it back.
Wow.
He rolled it back.
Wow.
Yeah, so today the U.S. Department of Agriculture proposed new rules for the Food and Nutrition Service that would allow schools to cut the amount of vegetables and fruits required at lunch and breakfast while giving them license to sell more pizzas, hamburgers, and French fries.
Wow.
Yes, more pizza, hamburgers, and French fries for everybody.
He's the devil.
That's exactly what kids need.
Now, if I was a kid, I would love Trump for that. Okay, there was nothing.
Right.
There was nothing that made me happier than Pizza Fridays.
Right.
Okay, and back in the day, nobody realized, when I was growing up, I really
The
believe.
pizza was bad for you?
No, I really believe that if I ate more nutritiously, I would be taller. I really do. My mother my mother served me crap every day, but this was back in the 1970s.
Really?
Nobody knew any better. Yeah.
Right.
So I think because everybody else in my family's tall.
More broccoli and you would have been taller.
More broccoli, more carrots, more fruit. Nope. I had to have pizza and French fries every day.
My mom did not play with our
nutrition?
food, nutrition. She, even when we were
That's
babies.
That's why you're a big dude.
Right. Even when we were babies, she would make our food. She didn't buy from Gerber or anything. She made everything.
Everything from scratch.
Yeah.
Did she pack your lunch every day?
Absolutely.
Wow. Look at that face. It's like there was no question about that.
They wouldn't let me go and buy that school food.
Look the you're judging. We ate the school pizza,
It's
Brad.
trash.
It is trash, but I was looking forward to Pizza Fridays every Friday. It was my favorite Friday, and my favorite day of the week until Hump Day started. Now Wednesday's my favorite day of the week.
Yeah.
By the way, Dion Reed, we just want to make it clear, he won, MLK won the Nobel Peace Prize at age 35. He died in 1968 at age 39. So then he would be 91.
Yeah.
Okay. In the meantime, it was also Michelle's birthday on Friday, and her former husband Barack Obama celebrated her in a beautiful tweet. He said, "In every scene, we have that tweet. In every scene,
I loved this.
In every scene, you are my star, Michelle Obama. Happy birthday, baby."
Let me tell you something though.
What?
That bottom right picture. That was a Hump Day picture. It looked like
Really? We go back and look at that. We should have left that picture for Hump Day, the president and Michelle.
I just love that they love each other so much. Love and respect each other. It's
that's
like
for sure.
goals. And it's so crazy how it's so opposite from our president and our first lady now, like our current. It's ridiculous.
The chemistry is a little different there.
Just a little bit. They actually sleep in the same bed.
Very good point.
Right.
Very good point. Very good point.
I love how you guys know the inside and out of the White House
Well,
so
I sure do.
Now going back to the obesity thing, because it's really it bothers me, because what would be the purpose? What purpose is served other than to make, I don't know, to make hamburger companies more money? What purpose is served
taking that back?
By taking that back?
Yeah.
Where is the benefit
Brad,
there?
ask yourself about a lot of the benefits of the things that our president decides to do, and it would leave us all in wonderlust.
Yeah. We have a video of Michelle Obama talking about why it's not okay to eat crap. Let's watch.
Think about this. I don't care what state you live in. Take me out of the equation. Like me, don't like me. But think about why someone is okay with your kids eating crap.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, and then a lot of times you think too, a lot of these parents are working 60-hour weeks, 40-hour, like full-time jobs. It's not that everyone is able to like pack a lunch for their child, and they're paying. I mean, paying for school lunch is still a thing, right? In some places, there's still kids that pay for school lunch.
And by the way, it's not like we're a svelte country. You know what svelte is, all right? We are the 12th most obese. We're the 12th fattest country in the world.
Right.
Out of 100 and
horrible.
60, 180 countries,
That's
to
really
be the
bad.
12th fattest country in the world.
That's really bad.
39% of adults, basically 4 out of every 10 people who live in America, is fat.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm one of them. And had I been not eating pizza every Friday at school, maybe it would have been different.
I'm telling you, when I went to Ethiopia, they're
not fat over there.
They're not, but like they eat a lot. Like
they're probably eating more Mediterranean.
No,
are they having like a more Mediterranean diet there?
No, it's like just like the injera that we have at the Ethiopian restaurants here. It's just that it's more organic there. Like the eggs, the chicken eggs, they're like this small. And they're like bright yellow. And I was like, yo, what's wrong with this? And they're like, no, this is how your eggs are supposed to look. These little big old eggs, genetically modified eggs, that's not right, y'all. They're killing us out here.
Yeah, meanwhile, they say that this is interesting too. Who is the most obese population in America? It's the minorities. Because they don't have access. A lot of them, children, do not have access to nutritious meals. And that's sad. 28% of Hispanic children, that's 3 out of 10, between the ages of 2 and 19 are fat, obese. 19% of black males, also obese. Basically, 1 out of 5 black kids are obese and fat. And that number surpasses both the white children and Asian, which is 1 out of 10.
Yeah, we in college we actually did a little bit of research on this when I was doing public health. In my public health class, we went over this, and that was one of the big points that we were making. And it's also sometimes in these communities, it's because they don't have a choice. They can't afford, you know, the Trader Joe's or the Whole Foods of the world, and they don't have access.
They don't have access to it. I mean, there's such a thing as a food desert. Where there's just no store. It's not even I can't afford Trader Joe's. There's no store in a lot of rural towns in America. I mean, we're talking being outside of New York City.
Right.
And even in the inner cities.
Yeah.
Okay, even in the inner cities, if you go, not that I've traveled every street of the inner cities.
Right.
But where are the fruit and vegetable stands within walking distance of a lot of people's homes?
No.
Up in the Bronx. Deep into Brooklyn.
Yeah.
There's even food deserts right here in New York City.
Yeah. Even in like other states that we don't even talk about too much. When I had done this research, New Mexico, even down south, Atlanta, tons of cities in Louisiana.
Yeah. Well, meanwhile, Harry, the former guy known as Prince, I don't know. There's a joke. I said there's a joke in there somewhere. Harry, the boy formerly known as Prince.
Yeah.
And Meghan, they are no longer prince and princess. No. The Queen has stripped them.
Wow.
The Queen has stripped them of their titles, prince and princess, about 2 years after she just had the craziest wedding of all time. She had that fantasy wedding, and now stripped of their titles. On Saturday, Buckingham Palace announced the arrangement agreed by the Queen Elizabeth, and other royals after Harry and Meghan, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, announced plans earlier this month to step back. Prince Harry, or Harry, formerly known as Prince Harry, or the Brit, formerly known as Prince.
Yeah.
How about that? We call him the Brit, formerly known as Prince.
Right.
And his wife Meghan will no longer use the Royal Highness titles. In addition, the couple is paying back money spent renovating Frogmore Cottage. I don't know if that sounds like a place I would want to live, Frogmore.
Yeah,
but
I'm sure it's nice in there, though.
I'm sure it's nice inside, but they maybe come up with a better name than Frogmore. Honey, we're going to be living in the Frogmore home. I don't know if that sounds really,
that sounds like something from Harry Potter.
Yeah. And she is no longer a princess.
Marsh Higgs says she wasn't a princess, Brad.
She was never a princess.
Was she?
I don't know. But they're repaying the British taxpayers $3 million, or 2.4 million pounds. All of this.
Does this go back into their 2020 taxes?
All of this, so they can get away from the press. They don't have to. They were so stressed. They're going to be. How are they going to be more now?
Let's get into this. We're going to take this there.
Okay. But by the way, on Sunday. But I just want to say this. On Sunday, in a candid speech at a private London dinner in support of a foundation he runs, which helps people with HIV and AIDS, the former Brit, known as Prince, spoke frankly about his and Meghan's decision to step down as royals. He said, "Once Meghan and I were married, we were excited, we were hopeful, and we were here to serve. For those reasons, it brings me great sadness that has come to this. The decision I've made for my wife and I to step back is not one I made lightly. Our hope was to continue serving the Queen, the Commonwealth, and my military associations, but without public funding, unfortunately, that wasn't possible. I've accepted this knowing that it doesn't change who I am or how committed I am."
He sounds like
Then
his
we have a
mother's
video,
son
let's
when
watch,
he says
and then I'll
that.
give you my opinion.
Once Meghan and I were married, we were excited, we were hopeful, and we were here to serve. For those reasons, it brings me great sadness that it has come to this. The decision that I have made for my wife and I to step back is not one I made lightly.
And by the way, it cost the British $368 million a year to run the British monarchy, and most of it comes from private investments from the family that gets doled out to different members of the family. But $48 million comes from taxpayer funds.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know what the man is thinking, because how the hell is he going to make money?
Yeah.
Okay, because he and Meghan can only make money one way, which is being out in front in the public.
Yeah. So
there is no. What is he going to do?
you're
He's
still
going
gonna
to
be
put
in
his
the public.
resume out and start looking for a job. I'm going to
Right.
be a school teacher in a local school district.
That's wild.
Okay, so how is he can only make money by being upfront and public, and same with Meghan. So how is them stepping away from their royal duties and saying, I can't take the pressure of being royalty anymore, I just want the press to leave me alone? Press is going to hound them in Canada too.
If anything,
and they're going to need the press to hound them to get the publicity to make money.
I have to say, I'm not surprised that this is coming from him, though. Like, Princess Diana was also someone that wasn't, like, very into the press and, like, the whole royal family thing. But, I mean, he said he didn't choose this lightly, so.
Now, the other, from the flip side, this could all have been, well, it was pre-planned, but they could have a second career in mind that we don't know about yet. Okay. That would make them a lot more money than being a member of the royal family, and allow them the freedom to wear what they want, do what they want, and be who they want without the structure of the royal family. My thinking is that has to be it. That they already have business plans.
I don't doubt it.
Business plans in place for publicity, for whatever. Maybe Meghan wants to have sexy pictures on her Instagram. I have no idea. Okay,
she can now.
But she couldn't do it as a princess.
Yeah.
Maybe Harry.
Or a duchess.
Maybe Harry is going to be the next host of Jeopardy after Alex Trebek goes. Who knows?
Right.
And he's going to make $20 million being the host of Jeopardy.
That's exactly what he was thinking,
right?
Brad.
I mean, I don't know, but in other words, they were making about $3 to $5 million between the two of them as being a member of the British.
That's it?
Yeah. And plus, but they get all their expenses paid for. So, you know, they have their free
Then
home,
that's
they
it.
have their free staff, I assume they have their free transportation. So they have to have in their head, you know what? If we were freed of all of this, between the two of us, Harry and Meghan, and, you know, all the publicity of leaving the royal family, we think we're going to make more money.
Yeah.
That has to be
They have a plan.
And not only will we be able to make more money, but we'll have the freedom to do what we want, because right now they're hamstrung to be this.
There's rules, there's
Rules
regulations.
that has to be it, right?
Yeah. I trust whatever they're gonna do. For whatever reason, I just love Harry and Meghan. I just think they're.
But you just don't walk away from that money.
He grew up in that world, though.
I would not walk away.
You don't walk away from that money unless you have a plan to make more money.
Good plan B.
And you have to have a better plan B, because you know you're going to be in the spotlight no matter what.
Like a good plan B.
You know you're going to be in the spotlight no matter what.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I don't know, like maybe they're going to be, you know, maybe they're going to be like on every reality show. Like, can you imagine like celebrity, you know, what's the thing with the race around the world? You know, and then all of a sudden, you know, Amazing Race. Yeah, like all of a sudden, like Meghan and Harry are on Amazing Race. You know, watch them try to like churn butter before the next person
Or they have their
does, you
own
know?
reality show, like Life After the Palace.
Exactly.
Somebody call me.
They will turn into the Kardashians. They would be bigger It would be a bigger reality show. Harry and Meghan, bigger than the Kardashians. So
they're not going to do that, but that'd be
I don't
pretty
see them
interesting.
doing that. Yeah.
Right. Now,
whatever they're doing.
Now, Chanel K. Naz says, I don't know if this is true or not, but I have no reason to not believe Chanel K. Naz says that Harry is already worth $40 million and Meghan's worth $5 million. I don't know. I just think that they're going to make a lot more money being freed from the royal family than not being
They're
free.
also going to live one way or another, they're going to live a happier life. Like, they don't have to. They went to so many of these events because they had to go to it because it was, like, required. Like, there's certain stockings that Meghan has to wear. Like, you're an adult, but you're controlled by this, you know, the royal family.
Yeah. There has to be a plan. We don't know yet.
There's a good plan B coming. I feel it. I'm saying it now.
I am telling you, there's going to be, you know, keep it up with the with the prince or the princess.
Keep it up with the ex-royalty.
Yeah, keep it up with the ex-royalty, exactly. And finally, for those of you who say, my man didn't do this, well, he probably didn't. But Dennis Brown, the second, he's a model and fitness enthusiast. He hired an event planner, a stylist, a photographer, a florist, and a clothing designer to make sure everything went perfect when he popped the question to his fiance. And what he did was, he didn't know what ring to buy her. So he bought 6 different diamond rings for his girlfriend, Tara Dallas, and when he got down on his knee, he asked her to pick out the one that is most beautiful to her, and that he would return the others. And he said, for there is no greater gift that I can give to you, a woman whose heart is full of love and devotion to me, a woman whose loyalty to all those she loves stands unmatched, a woman whose generosity and willingness to help others around her flourish knows no depths.
Wow, that's
a
deep.
Woman who single-handedly made me believe that a soulmate, a lover, a prayer warrior, a confidant, and a best friend could be wrapped up in one amazingly beautiful soul that is handcrafted for me. Nesquik, will you marry me? Nesquik,
you made that?
Nesquik, will you marry me?
You need to be a narrator. I think we got
I didn't even realize when I was reading this that this was his like speech to her.
But Brad's tone changes.
Yes.
He's like, oh, it's a speech.
Right.
Let me turn my proposal voice on.
That's why today
there it is.
I wanted to give you the greatest gift that I could ever give you. My heart, my soul completely, unwavering and all yours. Will you accept and hold my hand in our journey together and accept one of these 6 huge diamond rings?
Oh my God.
Nesquik.
I just couldn't choose.
I'm going to tell you something.
Here it goes.
This is making me sick.
Okay, I'm over here just worried about my Chipotle that I'm going to be
This is making me sick. Let me tell you why. And I'm sure Dennis is a nice guy and everything.
Okay.
Be a man, Dennis. Just be a man, pick out a ring, and say, this is the beautiful ring that I think would look beautiful on your ring.
Now, wasn't it more of a manly thing to had done to had not known what the decision was and have her choose?
No, because she's going to drive him crazy. She's going to pick one and then get home that night and say, I should have picked the other one. And then it's going to go on for weeks and weeks and weeks. It's going to drive this lady crazy.
Poor Dennis is going to want to divorce her before he marries her.
And let me say this. You pick out a ring. This is the ring I got you. When you marry me, I will buy you all the jewelry you want. I will take you out shopping. We can pick it out together. But when a man goes to get married to a woman, a man picks out his ring and gives it to her.
I think it was a cool idea for him to have her pick.
All 6 rings?
Yeah.
You would do that, Yo-Yo?
No, I wouldn't. But I appreciate the idea, and that's the thing with now social media and all that. Like what they want to do, just like with gender reveals and all of the engagements. That's like they want to remake or they want to make something that nobody else has ever done. Like this right here. That's why he's in the news
because he did something different.
Right.
Yeah.
And she feels special. So
now
I'm down for it.
Now the question that Jilly just put in my ear, which is a very good question. Can he return the rings she didn't pick, or is he stuck with 6 rings?
No, he has to.
I assume he's able to
he
return
must
them.
have a good jeweler.
No, that's what I'm saying. If you have a good relationship with your jeweler, he'll let you actually take the rings. You know what I mean? And just like show it. Just like when you rent jewelry all the time. Like celebrities, they don't really buy those jewelry when they go to the Met Gala and all that. So.
Now, Nesquik, are you going to show this portion of schmooze to your boyfriend for 2 reasons? One, say, hey, there's competition. Uncle Brad just asked me to marry him. But more importantly, he knows that's a joke. What's more important is that he will...
Because Uncle Brad proposed.
Yes. But more importantly, you will say to him, look, 6 rings, dude.
Right.
You gotta up your game.
Well,
are you gonna tell him to up his game? Are you gonna tell him to up his game?
Ariana Grande has a song that talks about 7 rings.
Right.
Really?
So we might have to work on that. I'll have him watch this clip.
All right, guys. Why don't you tell everybody what we gotta do while I stretch my quads? I love saying quads because it rhymes with squad. I'm not really. By the way, just so everybody knows, I'm really not stretching over here. I'm just watching them.
Literally,
it just makes me laugh. Quad, squad, silliness.
Uncle Brad has the giggles today, man.
All right, go tell everybody what they gotta do.
All right, everybody on Facebook. First things first, we need you all to start your watch parties.
It's time.
Yeah, you already know how to do it. It's real easy. All you have to do is click share. Option down that says start or host your watch party. It'll let you know how many friends you currently have online. What it will do, it will take this video from our page, it'll go onto your page, and it sends a notification to all of your friends that are online. Now, for the friends that aren't online, you could easily add them, and they will get a notification on their phone saying, hey, my friend started a watch party and just added me into the watch party. So just, invite your friends. There's a little button on the top right that says invite, and you can literally just go down each friend and say send an invite. So make sure you guys start your watch parties right now. Like I said again, all you have to do is click share, option down to say host your watch party, and just click start. What are we gonna do on YouTube?
Okay, squad, so if we aren't already, make sure that you subscribe to our channel and turn on that notification bell so that you know when we are on every day, as well as share this post. Brad is about to answer all of your immigration questions, and we want to make sure that we get this out to as many of your friends and family that need this information. On Instagram, also make sure that you are following Brad Show Live, that you are liking our posts, and that you slide into your friends' DMs and share our live right now, because Brad is about to answer a ton of immigration questions and give so much helpful information that you and your friends all need to know.
And please tell them quickly about our contest for a free consultation. We're going to be pulling out of the machine on Wednesday.
Woo-hoo. On Wednesday, Brad Squad, we will be choosing the person that does the following. This is the post that you're looking for. It is about the Liberian amnesty, and you're going to make sure that you are following us. This is the checklist. You have to be following us, like this post, and tag 5 friends. You can enter as many. 5 is just what we're putting out there. If you want to tag 10, 15, 20, go for it.
How about this? Every 5 you tag, we'll put your name in twice, 3 times. So if you tag 10, your name goes in twice. You tag 15, your name goes in 3 times.
Y'all, if y'all are not taking this opportunity and taking advantage of it, like
right? I just changed the rules, but I like that rule change, right? Is that a good rule change?
That enters more chances for you to win this this contest, guys. It's so important. A consultation with Brad is $200. This is basically $200 that they're saving in their pocket, yo-yo.
Absolutely.
Let's enter all as we can, because it's already Monday. You have until Wednesday when we start the show, and we are going to lock in names. If you enter and tag more friends, we will enter your name more than once. So let's play this numbers game and see who wins this on Wednesday.
Absolutely. And now it is time for you guys to call in and get your answers to your immigration questions.
All right. All right, Charles in Seattle, Washington. Charles, how are you? Charles,
I'm doing really well.
How are you?
Brad.
What's going on?
I am doing great. First of all, I just want to thank you guys for watching. And my question is, hey, Brad, would you talk a little bit about the third, I think it's called the third safety country for asylum? I think that just got passed like 5 months ago with Donald Trump. And I was just wondering how that affects if, let's say, you were an asylum, you were granted asylum, and then you became a permanent resident, then you're going for the citizenship.
It wasn't. It would only affect people who are applying for asylum now. If you already applied for asylum prior to the law change, it would not affect you. If you were granted asylum prior to the law change, it would not affect you. If you are in the process of adjusting your status after a grant of asylum, it would not affect you. And certainly it does not affect you as a permanent resident. Now that you were granted asylum, it's moving forward. They can't revert. They can't go back in time and reverse your asylum claim.
Sure. Okay. All right. One more question here. One more question. Now, I know you've talked a lot about fraud, but I just want to understand it from the immigration perspective. Now, let's say you got a student visa. You came here as a student, and then arriving here, you applied for asylum, and then you were granted. But then in your visa interview, you did not say, obviously, that you would apply for asylum.
That's okay. That's okay.
Okay.
Because you had to do what you had to do to get out of the country.
Okay, that won't be seen as a misrepresentation of fraud.
No, because when you showed up at the airport, you just directly applied for asylum. And then even if you came as a student, you still have 1 year to apply for asylum. It still wouldn't be fraud.
Okay. All right.
So on both, you're good.
Go ahead.
On both, you're good.
Thank you.
All right, Charles. You're welcome. Let's go. Now, that's a guy who listens a lot, but on both, he's good. All right, let's go to Ulrich in Tacoma Park, Maryland. I think it's Ulrich or Ultrich. Ultrich or Ulrich?
Ulrich.
Ulrich. How are you?
Yes. Good. How are you, Brad?
Good. What's going on?
Thank you for the show. I have a quick question for you, Brad. Actually, my brother-in-law filed for my sister back in Cameroon. He filed an I-130 petition, and the I-130 petition was approved in November 27, 2019.
Right.
And then it say in the letters that if we don't receive anything 30 days after the reception of this letter, we should email the National Visa Center to make an inquiry about the case.
Okay.
So this is almost 2 months. We have never received anything. I'm just wondering about what should be the next step. And
let me ask you a question. Who filed for who again?
My brother-in-law filed for my sister.
Your brother-in-law. So for his wife. Okay.
Yes.
And your brother-in-law, he's a citizen.
No.
He's a resident.
Yes.
Okay. And what is the I-130 is already approved and transferred to the National Visa Center?
Yes, sir.
And now you're at the point where the I-130 was transferred, but you still have not heard from the National Visa Center.
Yes, sir.
All right. And it's now 2 months, and you've called them. And have you spoken to anybody on the phone?
No, we didn't call them. What we did was send them an email.
Yeah, you got to call them on the phone, see if you can reach somebody on the phone. And you have not gotten a response to your email either?
They actually said that we should send the inquiry to a different email, not the email that was listed, that was stated on the notification, on the approval letter that we received.
Yeah, you got to actually, I would, what we do is we literally get them on the telephone and make sure that the paperwork is mailed out, that they got the right address and everything else. Or follow their directions and email them to the other email that they gave you, and then see if there's a response. And if you don't have a satisfactory response or you don't get the paperwork, then give me a call.
Okay, Brad. So actually, what should be the next step that we
follow their directions? They said send it to that other email. Send the inquiry to the next email. Say, hey, where's my paperwork? I want to get my wife here. And if you don't hear anything within 2, 3, 4 weeks, then give me a call.
Okay.
Thank you, Brad. Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to save you from having to hire me, if at all possible.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Let's go to Rain in Las Vegas, Nevada. Rain.
Hello.
How are you, Rain?
Hi, Brad.
How are you?
I'm good. Thank you. How are you guys?
Good. What's going on?
Yeah, I got here on a K1 visa. I already received my EAD and the combo card.
Great.
My question is, I did a legal name change and gender marker change, and I'm planning to go back to my country just for vacation to visit my family. But my passport has my birth name, and a USCIS officer told me that it could be an issue. An immigration officer may stop me during, like at the airport.
Wait.
How do I go about it?
All right, I'm confused. You came here in, what name did you come here as?
My birth name.
Which is what?
I'm a transgender woman, Brad.
Okay, fine. And then you got married in a legal marriage in Nevada.
Yes.
Okay.
And then I did legal name change.
You did a legal
gender
name
marker
change. Okay, that's fine. You would need to travel with all of this. So you travel with your passport and your birth name, and when you come back, you bring all the certified documents that this is my birth name, this is my changed name, and here is the certified copy of my changed name. It's like somebody traveling. I'll give you the best analogy. It's like somebody gets married and takes their spouse's last name, but their passport is still in their maiden name. They travel with their marriage certificate and show the official name change.
Right.
Okay.
My concern is I also did my first name change.
Okay. Well, now? Would your country recognize all of this or no?
Yeah, I actually called the Philippine consulate, but they do not do the kind of change on the passport. Also, the gender marker, which I know it sucks.
Okay, so then then you would have to travel that way, as I told you.
So I do not have to bring and provide other documents.
You're going to bring your passport. You're going to bring your advance parole travel document, your combo card.
Yeah.
You're going to bring the certified name change, like
the court orders.
The court orders and everything, correct.
Okay, great.
Right.
Okay.
And then so it's like traveling like you traveled on your maiden name. Okay, but you're married now, so you bring your marriage certificate. It's like that would be it. All right, because you're not going to be, you're going to be brought into a secondary inspection for sure, because they're going to have to sort it all out. Just be prepared for it, but they have to let you in. You have everything. You are who you are.
That's true. Another question, Brad. This is like a suggestion that the Philippine consulate officer told me. They want me, but they're not sure if it's really going to work 100%. They want me to provide like an affidavit that this person is the same person holding this new name. What can you say about that?
That would be self-serving. You just sign a letter saying this is who I am. That's self-serving.
Yeah.
Right.
Is that something that you think will be helpful, like providing an affidavit and have it notarized?
No, I don't think that's going to make much of a difference.
It's not necessary.
If you are, and don't forget, they have your fingerprints when you got your advance parole. Okay,
the biometrics.
Your biometrics.
Yes, right.
So your fingerprints ultimately are not going to lie. Okay? No matter what gender you end up being, no matter what name you end up being, these babies don't change.
That's
true.
Great, thank you.
Right.
So I should just like really expect that I'll go for like a second level interview.
But make sure you have all those certified. And if you want to have
a consultation,
and if you want to have a consultation with me, I'm happy to go through all of your documents to make sure everything's cool. All right.
I really appreciate that.
You're welcome.
How do I go about it?
Hold on.
Give you guys another call.
No. Hold on one second. Hold on.
Okay.
All right. Let's go to James in Minneapolis. James.
Hey, Brad.
How are you?
Hi. I just want to thank you guys for all the good work you guys have been doing.
My pleasure.
And I just want to ask some questions right now.
Yeah, go ahead.
I applied for I-751 since last year, and till now, I think since last year March. And till now, I've not actually been called for an interview or any other.
It's been how long now?
Since March last year.
All right, so where are you from? Where are you from?
Nigeria.
All right, so you're about 9-10 months into this?
Yeah.
All right, you got to give them at least 12 months before you start freaking out. After 12 months and you haven't been called for an interview, at that point, you can start making inquiries You can start threatening mandamus actions. You could actually do a mandamus if you want to. But you got to give them at least 12 months before you start any of that. So it's only been you're only about 9 or 9.5 months into this. Let's see what happens in the next 2-3 months. You got your work permit? You got your travel?
Yes.
If you got your work permit and you got your travel, that means that preliminarily your application was accepted and being processed. If you don't get your work permit and travel, then you know you have an issue. But as long as you got that, I know your application's in the pipeline and being processed. Because it's Africa, because it's Nigeria, unfortunately, they like to screw people from Africa and make them wait longer. Not fair, but that's what happens. So wait at least the 12 months, and then let's see what happens from there.
Okay.
All right? Okay. I know you didn't like that answer, but that's the best answer I can give you. Okay? Sometimes you got to wait. Sometimes you got to fight. After 12 months, that's when you start fighting.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. Sylvia in Des Moines, Iowa. Sylvia. Sylvia. Sylvia?
Sir. Yes, sir. Sorry, sir.
No problem.
Hello?
How are you, Sylvia?
I don't want to miss this. That's why I'm so extremely hurrying up to get your answer. How you doing, sir?
Good. What's going on?
Yes, sir. I have a problem. For the past 3.5 years now, since I got married to a citizen, and he filed in my marriage. He filed in my documents, and they sent me the 2 years green card. So the 2 years green card got expired in 2016 in March. And then before it got expired, I filed in for the 10 years. And since then, since 2017, June 11, I went for an interview. And in this marriage, I have a child, and I'm married to a citizen. And I went for an interview for my 10 years green card.
Let me understand. Are you still in a valid marriage now with this man?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and you have a baby together, and you went in 2017 to remove the conditions on an interview, and it's now 2020, and you still have no answer?
No answer, sir.
Are you certain that your case was that you never got a decision, or you maybe got lost in the mail? Have you followed up with immigration to say, hey, what's going on? Or you just, nothing has happened in 3 years, you've got nothing?
I have called immigration. I have followed up. They told me that my case is pending because they're doing for a security reason.
That's BS. But 3 years? 3 years? BS. I think at this point, you need a lawyer to threaten a mandamus and actually file a mandamus. All right? So hold on. That's what you need to do. You're going to sit around forever, having them violate your rights for the rest of eternity. Hold on 1 second. Let's go to Pauline in Seattle, Washington. Pauline.
Hi, Brad.
How are you?
Thank you for taking my call. I'm fine, thank you. I have a couple of questions.
Yes.
I'm married to a U.S. citizen. And he filed I got my green card last year, December. He filed for my children aged 18 now, but when he was filing, she was 17. 18 now.
As long as the marriage happened before the child was 18, your spouse can file for that child. Where is this child?
Well, actually, he did file.
Where is the child?
They are still in Africa, and we received the letters to show that they have already received the documents. That was in January.
You got the
2019.
1 second, just so I understand. Your husband filed for these kids. When did they file? In January 2019?
Yes.
Okay, so it's about 12 months now that your husband has filed for the kids, and they still no decision.
No decision, nothing for I-130.
All right. So I mean, again, I seem to be a broken record on this one. After 12 months, you can wait. You can threaten to file a mandamus. You can do a mandamus. After 12 months, they're delaying your case and violating your rights. So, I don't know where they're processing with your case. I would certainly threaten to do something to get them to move it. And hold on one second. Other than that, you're going to wait. And I don't know if you've noticed, and I'm bringing you guys in for a second. I don't know if you've noticed, but it seems to me that every time we get somebody calling up saying my case is delayed, they're from what continent?
Africa.
Or from a Muslim-dominated country, or from Africa.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't know. It seems to be a coincidence.
Just a coincidence.
Just a sheer coincidence, right? Let's go to Jerry in Indianapolis, Indiana. Jerry. Jerry's got a problem. Jerry's upset. Jerry.
I'm here.
Oh, I thought I was gonna say Jerry needs a bottle, quick. Jerry needs to be fed.
Hello.
How are you, Jerry? What's going on?
I'm doing good. I have a question to ask you.
What?
October, I went for my interview for naturalization, and I got happy.
You went for an interview for naturalization. What happened?
Yeah, I got approved. That
you got approved. So what are you calling me for? That's great.
Yeah, but my ceremony, I supposed to do my ceremony on December 19th.
What happened?
But before then, they just sent me my ceremony was the schedule.
Okay.
So and since then, I never hear anything from them.
All right. Well, it's only been about a month so far. You got to give them, if it's rescheduled, give them 60 days to reschedule it before you. But I would assume by the end of February you will have sworn in. If by the end of February you haven't sworn in, then give us a call. A lot of times people say, well, why did it get rescheduled? A lot of it's just dumb luck sometimes. Maybe it was Christmas time, and the person who's supposed to swearing you in says, you know what, I think I'm going to go away with my family for Christmas. Now they don't have anybody to swear you in, so they reschedule everybody. So you never really know. So don't look too much into it. But if they do a reschedule, you got to give them 60, 90 days to reschedule, and then after that, then it's time to panic and call a lawyer. All right?
Yeah, but my case is going to end by 23rd of this month because they have the estimated date for my case. So by this month of 23rd, my case is going to be end.
Case is going to be end? What does case going to be end mean?
End.
What do you mean end?
Yeah.
What do you mean end? Your case doesn't end. Your case, you got approved. You just got to swear in.
They told me that the estimated date.
Okay, fine. And I'm telling you, you got to give them 30 to 60 days. You want it? Okay, so it's 23 days. There's nothing you can do about it if they haven't rescheduled you for 30 days. There's absolutely nothing you can do about it except wait. So that's why I'm telling you, wait at least 60, 90 days before you start flipping out.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. All right. We're going to get to more calls in about 1 minute and 54 seconds. So if you're on hold, stay on hold. But in today's Spar and Bernstein Close-Up, Attorney Jamila Luke tells us about common questions people have about immigration law. Let's watch.
One of the most common questions that I'm asked by my clients is, do I really need to gather all of these documents? Yes. The answer is yes. Why not? My clients often say it's going to be too cumbersome. I'm going to have to take time off of work. Or the documents that you're asking me for is in my home country. I'm going to have to inconvenience somebody else to go to that country and gather those documents. Or it's going to take forever for those documents to come in. Regardless of the circumstance, it's to your betterment to receive all of these documents in a timely fashion and have your immigration team review them. The lists that we produce for our clients are usually based on our experiences over the years in dealing with USCIS or dealing with immigration court. They are documents that we request to put you in the best position for success with your case. In terms of USCIS, sometimes if you don't have some of these documents, it delays your case. In other cases, lack of documentation will actually close out your case altogether, which may place the client in removal proceedings. We don't want this. So it's best to be proactive. It is best to gather more documents than not. And at the end of the day, look, You may end up in a position where you have more documents than you need. It's better to have more documents and not need them than to have less documents and that be the reason why you end up in immigration proceedings or deportation court.
Successful results do not guarantee a similar outcome in the future. All right, Shay in Trenton, New Jersey. Shay.
Hi, hello,
How are
Mr.
you?
Brad.
How you doing?
I'm good.
What's going on?
And how are you?
Fabulous. What's going on?
I would like to ask you a question, but I would also need a number for your office.
The number is right there, scrolling this way. 1-800-529-54.
1-800.
The same exact number you just called.
Oh, this is the office number?
This is the office
and
number.
When can I call this?
The same exact telephone number, except when you call my office when we're on the show, you go on the show instead of calling the office. Then we switch the router and it goes back to the office when we're done. So it's the same exact number. Okay, what is your question?
When I ask, do you do cases with people that was fired wrongfully?
You're asking me if we do employment law? No, unfortunately, no. We do accident law, accidents, and immigration.
Oh, just accidents and immigration.
But hold on one second. We'll take your call off the air and see how we can assist you or get you to the right person. So hold on one second. All right, calling about employment discrimination. It's not what we're doing here on this show. All right, but we'll see if we can help her. Crystal in Cape Cod, Massachusetts. Crystal.
Hi, Brad. Good day. Keep up the good work.
Thank you. What's going on?
So I have two questions. One from my cousin, one from my nephew. So my cousin been married 3 years now. Her husband is a green card holder, probably going to be a citizen next year. She wants to know if he can file for her son, which is his stepson. He's in Jamaica, and she's here, and she wants to know if he can file for his stepson before filing for her. She's living here in the United States.
Absolutely.
So would it be a problem to her? Like nothing? She's fine.
No, it's perfectly fine. You're going to file one I-130 for the stepson, even before he's a citizen. And if they want to wait for him to become a citizen, then do the adjustment here. That's perfectly fine. The stepson will get a green card as long as by the time he gets the interview, their marriage is more than 2 years.
Okay, thank you. And for my nephew, his dad is petitioning for him, but he already turned 21. Can he withdraw and then try and get a visa, or he wouldn't get the visa?
He's not going to get the visa either way because he's already shown an intent to get a green card. So stick out the case.
All righty. Thank you so very much.
All right.
All right.
Let's go to Sudam in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Sudam.
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
I'm good, Brad. How are you?
Good. What's going on?
Yeah, I have a question for my friend. He got married to U.S. citizen, and but things didn't work out, and he was getting abusing from his wife physically and all.
What was the
but
abuse? What was the abuse?
The physical abuse and emotional
Physical abuse. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So he had all the medical report and all, but he was going to file the VAWA. But what happened is, so he was like J1 holder, and after getting expired the visa, he was working with different name.
That's fine.
And
he's working illegally, which is a problem, which would be a crime. But the fact that you're working out of status in of itself is not a reason to deny a green card.
Yeah, but he got caught by police and he was arrested for 1 day.
All right, so now in order to get a VAWA case approved, you got to show you're a person of good moral character. That can go against his good moral character. What I would suggest he does is have a consultation with me. I don't know if this is you or really your friend, but you need a consultation at this point. So hold on 1 second, all right? Because the arrest, in order to get a VAWA case, you got to prove the abuse. And he said he was physical abuse. You got to prove a bona fide marriage. You got to prove good moral character. The fact that you're working illegally is not bad moral character. The fact that you're working illegally in another name and then got arrested for it could be. Let's go to Farah in Irvington, New Jersey. Farah.
Hi, Brad. How you doing?
Good. What's going on?
Yeah, good. I have a question, one for myself and one for my sister. And I'm married to a U.S. citizen. We got married in 2017. filing in 2017, and my work permit was sent in 2018, and from that time we didn't hear from them till 2019, and they actually called us for interview, which the interview is going to be January, towards the ending of January. Yeah, but my question now is, what kind of document do they really want to see? Because what we have now is...
All right. Stop. I'm just laughing to myself because you gave me, and I love you, Farah. I really do. Okay? I just sat through listening to a year by year, blow by blow of everything you've done, which got up to, I have an adjustment interview at the end of January. What documents do I need? There was absolutely nothing you needed to tell me other than I have an adjustment interview with my spouse in January. What documents? And listen, I love you, but so I'm like trying to get people to the point. So you and your husband are going for an interview now. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
In Newark, New Jersey, you have to prove two things. First thing you got to prove is that you and your spouse live together. So how do you prove you live together? Well, they're going to ask you questions about your living arrangements. You're going to bring in pictures together with friends and family. And you're going to have mail addressed to the both of you at your marital address. That's how you prove you live together. You're also going to ask you proof that you have a financial relationship. Why? Because this is how the government determines whether or not you're in a real marriage. Do you live together and do you have a financial relationship together? So what's a financial relationship? A financial relationship between a husband and wife starts with a bank account, having a joint bank account. That's where it all begins. It begins there. You have a joint bank account, and the money that your husband earns and the money that you earn or the wife earns, the money together goes into this joint bank account. And from this joint bank account, month after month, day after day, year after year, you pay the bills of your life out of it, including your joint tax return. That's how they determine whether or not it's a real marriage.
Okay. And,
that's what you need. And let me just say this one other thing, Farah. And again, I say I love you because you seem like a nice, sweet woman. You're married for 3-4 years. Why are you calling now 1 week before your interview to say, what do I need? This should have been all thought of years ago.
Yeah, but because I don't know what they were doing, so I just felt relaxed because.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So that's what you need. If you need further help to figure this all out, I would suggest you have a consultation. So hold on 1 second. And it sounds like you have a baby together. So that's more proof that I assume that's a baby with your husband. That would be more proof. Or maybe that's your husband. That would be terrible if that's your husband, because then he sounds like a baby. So we're going to say this is the baby between you and your husband, and I would say that's proof of a real marriage. So hold on 1 second. Can you imagine? That's my husband in the background crying about these documents.
The situation.
About the situation. No, but it sounds like they have a baby together, so I'm sure they'll be fine. But, all right, let's go to, you're going to like this. Carlos. In Dominican Republic.
Hey.
All right. Say hello to Nesquik, Carlos. Her family's from the Dominican Republic.
¿Qué hay, mano?
I'm Puerto Plata, north from the Dominican Republic.
Oh, he's from Puerto Plata, wrong city.
Can you speak to him, please, in Spanish? See what's greet him to our show in Spanish.
Bienvenido, Carlos. Cuéntanos. ¿Cómo está, mano? Oh, he does. That you don't speak Spanish?
He's the only human being in all of the Dominican Republic who doesn't speak Spanish.
See, Brad?
All right.
Put me on blast, Brad.
Carlos, what's going on?
Hey, okay, hi. Are you gonna do me in Spanish or in English?
English.
In English. Oh, so he does speak Spanish.
Oh, he does speak Spanish.
No, for the best results in English.
All right, Carlos, English.
Okay. My wife is a USA citizen. We are married for 18 years. Okay. Last year, I came for my visa to California and see my wife, like all the way I do. We decided to do adjustment status because she gets sick. Okay. So after 4 months after, they approve everything. My authorization, working card, my parole, they approve my.
Question for you, Carlos. What are you doing in the Dominican Republic if you filed an adjustment in America?
Yeah, because what happened, when they approved authorization card, I went to work to the cruise lines.
You left the country without travel permission. I already hear it, right?
Yeah, with my parole and the authorization card work. Yeah, but after 4 months, I fly back from Miami, California, for the interview. Me and my wife. So the officer, he denied my adjustment status because he told me I went out to work.
Correct.
Okay.
You're not living in the United States. So what are you doing back in the Dominican Republic now? You got deported?
No. Because I come to my visa stay valid. I have a visa.
No, they're not going to let you back in America now that you've already adjusted your status. You have screwed up so many different ways.
No. What happened? When I come to Dominican Republic, come to see my mom. She was sick. So with me and my wife, we called to USCIS because I wanted it was approved. Okay, it was approved.
Right. So you're going to process for your green card. You're going to process for your green card in Dominican Republic.
Correct. Exactly.
Okay. Good.
Yeah, and 2 days later, they approved my.
What is your question? What is your question? Tell me your question.
My question is, because my case is ready in the National Visa Center. I'm everything. If affidavit, all the paperwork. I'm just waiting for my consular appointment. So my question is, if I want to come to see my wife for 1 week,
they're not going to let you in America. If you no, that's what I was saying. You're only coming back with your green card. The reason they're not letting you back in America is 2 reasons. One, you've already used a visa to enter the United States and then adjusted your status, so you've shown an immigrant intent. So they're not going to let you back in. And number 2, you've shown an immigrant intent by continuing to process for your green card. So there is no way, that's what I was going to say, there's no way in the world they're letting you back in America without that immigrant visa, which is your green card at the embassy. You got to push for that interview. Hold on 1 second. But that you're not coming back until then. Let's go to Amandeep. 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 Sounds like I am in deep. But she's Amandeep.
Hello.
I am deep in this. Amandeep, how are you? Amandeep, what's going on?
Hi. Actually, my dad was a petitioner for my brother and sister. They were over 21, unmarried. But my dad just passed away on the 3rd of this month.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So I just need help. How to bring my brother and sister?
Okay. All right. Are you a citizen? Are you a resident?
I'm a citizen, and my mom's here. She has a green card also.
All right. We're going to help you. Your dad was a citizen or a resident?
A resident.
And how long ago did he file for your brother and sister?
September 10, 2015.
Okay. And what country is your brother and sister in right now?
India.
In India. All right. Let's look at what the visa processing times are for India. Let's first start there, okay? And we're going to help you. And I know it's very hard because you lost your father, and in addition, you're separated from your family. So I get it. I understand. All right?
Thank you.
So right now...
I know my name is a little funnier.
Yeah, I know, but I don't... Yeah, okay. Well, I hope I made you laugh a little bit. So right now, for unmarried children of permanent residents, had your dad been alive today, they're processing August 22nd, 2014. Your dad filed for your brothers and sisters sometime in 2015, so you figure they're about a year away from getting their green card, except unfortunately your dad passed away. And what the law says is, unfortunately, when your dad passes away, that is also the end of that application, unfortunately. But there's a silver lining in all of this. They have something called a humanitarian waiver. And what a humanitarian waiver is that as a close family member, you as a sister, your mom as a mother, either one can step into the shoes of your deceased father and complete the case without having to start again in the same exact category, as long as you can show some humanitarian reasons why your brother and sister need to come to America. Humanitarian reasons could be economic, political, family reunification, any sort of hardships, medical problems. There's all sorts of humanitarian reasons why families need to be reunited. So the answer is, in short, you're going to file a humanitarian waiver. You're going to step into the shoes of your father. It takes about 9 months for the humanitarian waiver to get approved, which is about the time it would take anyway for your brothers and sisters to come here had your father been alive. And then they're not going to miss one beat. They're going to be here at the same exact time they should have been had your father lived.
Okay.
All right, so hold on, and we can help you. So hold on
I
one second.
I have one question.
Sure.
So I called the USCIS. They have no idea what they're doing. So
that's not a question, it's a statement, and I agree.
So I asked him, I said, okay, what should I do? This person said you need to send us a letter saying you want to close the case.
No, okay, start. So when you call immigration, you are calling basically an operator that is hired by immigration to answer immigration questions. They're not lawyers, they're not employees of the government. Whether they give you bad advice or good advice, they're off the hook. They're not responsible for screwing up your life. That's the hardest part of it all, is people call up, they follow the advice of someone who answers the phone who's not qualified to give the advice. That advice is bad. They then follow that advice and as a result screw up their case. And then you're like, but they told me on the phone. Nobody cares. That's why you got to listen to me. Okay?
So
What you're going to do is we're going to file an application with the death certificate of the father and a humanitarian waiver, along with proof of the humanitarian reasons why the children need to come here, and say all in totality, father died, we want this case reinstated, and the sister's going to complete the case. That's how it's going to work. All right? So hold on one second, okay? We can help. All right. By the way, we do have Instagram accounts here at Bradshaw Live.
Yep.
And if you want to get a free consultation with me, one of the best ways to get a free consultation is to follow us at Bradshaw Live on Instagram and then which is the
Liberian
Embassy post, which we're going to put up right now.
There it goes.
There it is. It's a big picture of me in my fancy suit and my fancy schmancy tie talking about Liberian amnesty. You like that post, you tag 5 of your friends, you're going to be put in the machine. What, you have something to say?
Yeah, it has to make sure that they read the caption, because there's going to be other posts with the similar cover, but it's a different story you're covering.
Correct.
We're particularly looking at the Liberian amnesty.
The Liberian amnesty one. Thank you very much. You're going to like that post. You're going to follow us at Bradshaw Live.
Yep.
You're going to tag 5 of your friends. We're going to put your name in once into the machine and pull it out. If you tag 10 of your friends, we're going to put your name in twice.
Yeah.
If you tag 15 of your friends, we're going to put your name in 3 times. You tag 20 of your friends, we're going to call you out on Bradshaw Live for tagging 20 of your friends and put you in the machine 4 times.
Wow.
Huh? What do you think of that? You're going to call
game.
out and get your machine in.
The more friends you tag,
That's
the more
right.
chances to win a consultation. So Yo-Yo and I are also on Instagram. You can find me at Vanessa.ContrerasTV.
And you can find me at Yonathan Elias TV.
And finally, if you did not get your immigration questions answered, you can always follow me at Real Brad Bernstein. And if you follow me at Real Brad Bernstein, I know who you are. You seem familiar to me. You look like a familiar face. Maybe I met you before once in my life. And you drop me a DM. I'll try to answer your question as best as I can.
Yeah.
And with that, we were talking about Moshe the Bulldozer Baruch earlier because Yonathan wanted to start a lawsuit against the car that he ran into. And Moshe's like, you got into a car accident? He got all excited. Yonathan said, yes. Moshe goes, what happened? He goes, well, the car was parked, and I was on foot, and I just ran right into the car.
Moshe doesn't take cases he's going to lose.
Moshe goes, I don't want to say what the words he said, because that would be R-rated.
Right.
But it ended up, after he used a few choice words, it ended up with, that was dumb.
Basically.
So anyway, Moshe the Bulldozer Baruch, he's here to discuss what to do if you are really in a car accident and you and the other person are both in cars, not you running into a car like, yo, let's watch it. According to statistics, car accidents cause over 40,000 fatalities and on average 2 million serious or permanent injuries every year in the United States. Unfortunately, it has been reported that these numbers continue to rise despite improvements in automobile safety features. Perhaps the reason is the number of drivers on the road. In 2019, there were more than 227 million licensed drivers in the United States, according to carinsurance.net. Serious vehicular accidents are terrifying and catastrophic to be involved in on many different levels, physically, emotionally, financially. Having a good attorney to pursue compensation for you after a car accident is important because the process can be incredibly difficult even when all involved parties are insured. With me today to explain what to do if you or a loved one is involved in a serious automobile accident is Spar and Bernstein's partner, personal injury attorney, Moshe the Bulldozer Baruch. How are you? How you doing today?
Hey, Brad, it is good to be back.
So, Moshe, you do this all the time. What's the first thing somebody should be doing if they get into a car accident?
When you're involved in a car accident, the first obvious common sense thing to do is to call the police. The first thing you want is to document exactly what happened, how it happened, and why it happened. Take out your phone if you can, take videos, take pictures, as much information as possible.
Should you be calling an ambulance too?
Of course. If you're injured and you can, and you're obviously your hands are working, your Bluetooth is working, you want to call the ambulance.
The longer you take to get treated, the more likely it is that an insurance company can argue that your injuries did not result from a car accident, happened somewhere else.
Brad, that is an excellent point. Now, a lot of people, when they get into a car accident, they don't realize that your whole body has adrenaline rushing everywhere, even to the injured body parts, which you won't even know until probably a couple of hours or even maybe a day later. So instead of telling, or asking yourself, should I do it now or later when the pain comes and goes, do it immediately at the scene of the accident, have yourself examined, have a doctor evaluate you, and document that immediately after the accident, you wanted medical attention. Now, a more important point is having an EMS take you from the scene to the emergency room. Why? Because that'll show that you are seriously injured. Because as you know, Brad, one of the things you have to prove in any motor vehicle accident is that you suffered a serious injury. So if you show that an EMS ambulance took you from the scene of the accident to the emergency room, as opposed to taking your car, taking it home, having something to eat, and then presenting to the emergency room, the first instance is better because you've just showed the insurance company that you had to be taken from the scene to the emergency room.
Now, a lot of people are saying, whoa. Okay, yeah, I'm hurt. Yeah, I'm in pain.
Okay.
I don't want to pay these medical bills. I'm not paying this ambulance. I'm going to drive myself. I don't have medical insurance. I don't have Obamacare. What do? I don't want to pay for this stuff.
All right. So it's a good question. So luckily in the New York State, it's a no-fault state, which means regardless of whose fault the accident was, your bills, your medical bills, time out of work, will be paid for exclusively by the no-fault insurance company, again, regardless of whose fault the accident was.
Now, I'm going to ask you another question, because someone says, whoa, I'm hurt, but the last thing I need is to have my car insurance rates go up. As soon as I go to the hospital, my car insurance rates going up?
So in an ideal world, it should not go up because that's what no-fault means. In exchange for the no-fault laws, what you do have as an outset is the serious injury threshold, which means, yes, the insurance companies will pay for your medical bills, they will pay for your out-of-pocket expenses, your lost wages, but in return, to be able to be compensated for pain and suffering, you must show the insurance company you've suffered a serious injury.
What do you mean by serious injury?
All right, so pursuant to New York Insurance Law 5102, you have to suffer a serious injury. The law defines that into several categories. One example is a broken bone, a fracture. Even a fractured tooth does constitute a serious injury.
So if you don't have a fracture or a broken bone, you can't have an automobile case?
Absolutely not. So there's about 9 categories, all right? There's a significant limitation of a body part, which is usually what people who don't have, when you don't have fractures, fall under the significant
like I
limitation.
Can't move my arm as much as I used to or something like that.
Correct. So if a doctor medically determines that, for example, your shoulder doesn't go up in range of motion as much, he can deem you physically disabled and subsequently have a significant limitation of that body part. That will suffice.
We just told everybody what they should do if they get into an automobile accident. What should you not be doing?
So I see this a lot. A lot of people are speaking to the adverse vehicles insurance company. So you get into a car accident, somebody rear ends you, and what happens is that insurance company, the person who struck you, get in contact with you and say, look, we're willing to pay you $5,000 if you sign this piece of paper right now and hold us harmless and release us from any liability.
That happens.
It happens more often than you think, Brad. And people who don't know how the law operates don't realize how serious their injury may be enticed by the $5,000.
But why would somebody say, oh, wait a second, I'm not hurt, at least at the moment.
Because
I'm not hurt at the moment. Why should I go to an attorney? I'm going to get some free $5,000 right now. What's an attorney going to do? They're just going to take some legal fees from me, and I'm going to end up with the same less than $5,000.
Well, here's the good news. Our law firm, the law offices of Spar and Bernstein, does not take a single penny until we settle the matter. So we can spend thousands of dollars on your case, but until we settle your matter, we don't take a fee. So although you might get $5,000 initially from that insurance company, you could have gotten $150,000 from our office at the conclusion of your settlement. So while the $5,000 might sound very convincing in the beginning, it's not worth it in the long run because our office can more likely than not get you much more than that.
Moshe, fantastic job. Prior successful results do not guarantee a similar outcome in the future. So we got a guy by the name of Julian, the TriCaster guy. He runs our TriCaster. He is an all-star. Yep. Watch, he can read my mind. What are we going to do? He knows! He knows! He knew exactly what was going to happen. He knew, he read my mind. The guy is a genius.
You guys are just connected.
We are so connected. it's like he's my brother from another mother.
Oh, God.
Here we are.
He's now like, all right, I'm resigning.
Now I know too much.
Yes.
Alrighty, Brad Squad, here we are. Social media check-in. First one comes from Randy. Can my wife, who is a U.S. citizen, get her sibling in the Philippines?
U.S. citizen brother?
U.S. citizen, his wife is trying to get...
Whose brother?
She's trying to bring her brother.
Yeah, you can file an F4 petition, but from the Philippines, you're going to wait about 30 years. Let's come up with a different avenue.
Christine saying, asking for a friend. She has current removal proceedings because of a visa she applied before she entered illegally. She applied for AOS in 2016 and got canceled due to lack of follow-up. Does this have a chance, or does she have a chance for AOS by filing an I-601 waiver and filing the I-485, I-130 concurrently?
I don't know how she re-entered the United States. Or she's in removal now? She never left? Assuming she never left, she can file, if she needs a waiver, she could always file a waiver while in removal and file a new adjustment. Okay. If she left and came back, then she's got big problemos.
And does she also need to file the I-131 and I-765, or does she have to file the
You file the I-131, I-765 as the advance parole and the work permit. What I don't understand in the question is, has she been in the United States the whole time? Then the answer is yes. If she left and then tried to re-enter, mucho problemo, as they say in the Dominican Republic.
No, I think she stayed
mucho problemo.
I think she stayed because she has current removal proceedings.
All right, so yes, the answer is yes. You can refile an adjustment.
Okay, this one, just noting, this is coming from our Facebook fan page. Mm-hmm. So Dana Love asked, hi Brad, good day. I have a question. 2016, got my 10-year green card, true marriage. At that time, me and my ex-husband didn't get along. We were living in the same house. Then in 2017, I flew back to the States and my ex-husband left to Germany, duty station, got divorced on April 2019. I'm gonna get in trouble if I didn't notify the USCIS. I have an interview for citizenship next month. Please advise.
As long as you have a 10-year green card and you got divorced after that, you're not in trouble. If you're basing your citizenship on 3 years bona fide marriage, you're gonna get denied your citizenship. If it's on 5 years, no big deal.
All right, Nini's saying, I have a question. Let's see. Uncle Brad asking for a friend. Her mother filed for her and her 2 kids. And when they got the green card, came here to America, how long can they stay before visiting back to their home country?
They can come for 1 day and visit back home. You just got to remember to be in the U.S. more often than in another country.
Okay, this one comes from Chia My Angel. She asked, I am an immigrant to the United States. I have my children back in Nigeria. During the process, I included them as my derivatives and that they would be coming on a later date. This sounds familiar.
Following to join. It's called following to join.
I called and sent emails to Nigeria immigration and they are yet to respond. What do I do?
What was the case that the kids were following to join? Do you know how she got her green card or no?
Who sponsored you? My mom, she was...
The mom sponsored? Okay, as long as the kids are under 21, and if Nigeria's not responding to you, then you need to get professionals to contact Nigeria to get them to respond to you. You need a human being on the phone. Either you're going to do it, I'm going to do it, someone else is going to do it, but you got to get somebody to respond to you. So if you're not doing it, then get somebody else to get it done.
All right, my friend came here on a visitor's visa, and 2 weeks after he was in a serious car accident where he broke his nose and other body parts. He applied for an extension on his visa but heard no answer. He got mailed today from USCIS the I-797C form to do biometrics. Is this how they're doing extensions now?
No, you shouldn't have to do a biometric to take for a visitor's visa. And if he's seriously injured in an automobile accident, I hope he just saw Moshe's What to Do in a Car Accident.
Mm-hmm.
Next one says, my wife, 14 years older than me, we went for interviews already for my status adjustment. We were separated and everything went well. We both answered questions, and she said that she would get back to us on or before 120 days. But we discovered we did not submit our tax return when we got home. My question is, can the age difference and the tax return affect anything?
Sure. If you have the bigger the age difference, the more immigration may question the validity of the marriage. Just reality. Because they stereotype. Doesn't mean it's not a real marriage. It just means bigger the age difference, the more questions they're going to have. If you don't submit a joint tax return and the immigration officer didn't ask for it, they're going to figure it out at some point in the future that you didn't submit it. At that point, they'll either send a letter saying, please submit the tax return, or they'll just schedule you for a Stokes interview and separate
I have
you.
an extra part to this that I didn't include earlier. Also, my wife is on Section 8. She is not working, and she's working on getting me a working permit a week to the interview.
Yeah. All of that is problematic, but if you're an adjustment on Section 8, it's not fatal. But I hope you have a good affidavit of support from a second person.
All right, Samantha Jones saying, my boyfriend wants to marry me, but he's paying alimony and child support. Can this affect me with immigration?
As long as he's up to date, no.
If the petitioner has money in the bank accounts, would it be wise to also take the bank statements at I-130 interview at the U.S. Embassy?
I'm not sure what purpose it would serve, but doesn't hurt.
Yeah.
Okay, Juliet saying, my husband used his dead brother's green card to work. Before he filed for his own green card, he wants to file for citizenship January 2020. Is this going to affect him on this green card?
What do you think?
Yes.
Oh, ask a dumb question?
Okay.
I mean, I just got to not ask a dumb person, but almost any person would know the answer.
From the beginning of that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I'm sorry. Hi. I've been committing fraud and working in a dead man's name, and then I got a green card and never admitted that I was committing this fraud all the time. Right. And now I want to become a citizen and get all the benefits of becoming a citizen, and I'm going to hide the fact that I committed fraud. So now I'm committing more fraud by filing my citizenship and lying about fraud that I previously didn't disclose. Is this a problem? That's basically the question.
Yes.
Yeah. That might be a problem.
Yes.
All right, next one comes from Sophia. Sophia, F4 visa category went from February 2007 to July 2006 for final action dates, but still the same as last month for filing dates. What does that mean?
It means that they haven't moved the priority dates. It happens sometimes.
All right, Fahad saying, I know someone who came on a visitor's visa and got married to a U.S. citizen within 90 days. Will there be a problem adjusting the status because of the 90-day rule?
Absolutely there will. You may need a waiver.
All right, Marjorie Mouchette asks, I have a friend that lives in New York. She met a guy in Connecticut, got married. Ever since they got married, they started acting up and to take her back to New York. She hasn't seen him since. How can she process her papers if it can be done? They're still married, and it is almost 2 years. He is also calling her for money, and that's it.
Well, I don't know what acting up means, but when you hear acting up, there sounds like it could be physical abuse, extreme emotional abuse. So I think we got to figure out what acting up means and then take it from there.
Shanette saying, what documents should I enclose with my I-90 forms to renew my green card?
A copy of your green card?
Alrighty. How long will it take my husband when he files for his citizenship to file for me? I have my I-130 is approved since December 2018.
If you're here in the U.S., the day he becomes a citizen, he could file your adjustment application, and hopefully you'll get a green card in less than 12 months.
And last one for right now is Jose Parker saying, I want to know what are the next steps for my 2 kids of 8 and 10 years old and myself. We're F2B category and my mother is the petitioner. We're waiting for the interview here abroad. What should I prepare for us 3 here abroad when I get the interview date ready?
Well, first your mom's got to process you through the National Visa Center with affidavits of support, police clearances, and biographic data information. So I'm not sure what country you're in, where your date on the priority list is, and where you are in the process. But before you prepare for an interview, let's get to that point.
Cool.
Yep.
In the meantime, as we discussed today on Martin Luther King Day, how many people can work towards social justice and continuing Dr. King's legacy, we felt it was important to showcase people who are working to better the world and further equality. 2 such women are the creative director, Amanda D. King, and chief operating officer, Kelsi Carter, of the Cleveland, Ohio-based organization Shooting Without Bullets. Shooting Without Bullets was born in response to the tragic police murder of the 12-year-old Tamir Rice. The art program is offered to teenagers ages 13 to 17, and it works to combat social injustices by providing an artistic outlet to empower Black and brown youth. I was honored to have Amanda and Kelsi sit down with me in studio to discuss their important work. Let's watch. After Amanda King graduated from Case Western University Law School, she decided she would combine her passions for social justice and photography. Today, Amanda is the creative director of Shooting Without Bullets, an art-based program that works with young Black and brown artists as a tool to help them combat social injustices that they face. Alongside Amanda is her best friend Kelsi Carter, who is the impact director and COO of Shooting Without Bullets. Kelsi works to ensure that Shooting Without Bullets has the structure and resources the program needs to thrive. They join us in the studio today to discuss how they've turned their skills into a successful program teaching Cleveland youth about the power of art and their voices. Welcome, Amanda. Welcome, Kelsi. How you doing?
Hey, good.
So,
Thank you.
what is Shooting Without Bullets? Tell us what this is.
So Shooting Without Bullets is a for-impact organization. We work to eliminate the systemic barriers that are faced by Black and brown youth, particularly in Cleveland. And we do that using an art as activism model.
So you're shooting pictures instead of shooting guns.
Exactly.
Okay,
yeah.
Which is where the name came from. Now, what are you discussing politically with your students? Are you just telling them to go take pictures of whatever they feel like?
It started as a response to state-sanctioned violence after the murder of Tamir Rice. Cleveland has had decades of racial tension between the residents and the police. Police terror has been in Cleveland's legacy for a very long time, but we're looking at the contemporary moment. Right. And so when I started Shooting Without Bullets, the first response, the most immediate and urgent, was police brutality and the need for police reform, because we know that young people have the most interactions with police. Police are everywhere where young people congregate. They're in the malls, they're on the subways and trains, they're in schools, and most of our young people live in over-policed neighborhoods.
Are you originally from Cleveland?
I'm not originally from Cleveland. I came to Cleveland for law school. And so I've been there for about 5 years, but as soon as I hit the pavement, Tanisha Anderson and Tamir Rice were murdered that November, and ever since that, I've been boots on the ground.
Okay, and Kelsi, you're from Cleveland?
I am not. I am from Pittsburgh. So Amanda and I grew up together in Pittsburgh. I've been in D.C. for the past 10 years until this last October when
She recruited you to come aboard.
Yes, I realized it was time to be on the ground.
And how many children or youth are in this program and going through this program, and what do you hope that they're going to get at the end?
We've worked continuously or for a long period of time with about 50 youth. So through programmings, through our public programmings, our mini courses, through the seminars I taught early on at an art center, and through our exhibitions and special projects, we've touched about the lives of 50 young people. We keep it small because our goal is to work directly with them, to teach them individually, opportunity to empower them using their own unique skills and talents and really nurturing that.
This is not 6 months and you're out and
They can
goodbye.
continuously be a part of it. So we have public programs where we introduce young people to our arts as activism model. And from that, you know, you have young people who are engaged, who want to learn more about art as activism, but who are also tremendously talented young artists.
And you have a building?
So we do not have a building right now. We are on the ground. We do a lot of street photography for that reason, because we do not have studio space at this time. And you're looking at it. You're looking at...
you're looking at the teachers.
You're looking at the teachers. You're looking at the businesswomen.
Right.
You're looking at the artists.
The
you're
chaperones.
The chaperones.
Right.
You're looking at everything.
That's
It's
amazing.
really an entrepreneur.
The driver.
Right. And this is a non-for-profit organization,
Correct.
I assume. So all the revenue that you get through charitable contributions and grants goes back into this program.
Correct.
Absolutely.
Right. And so what kind of artwork have your students created?
Our primary mediums are photography and hip-hop performance. And from that, they've done dozens of exhibitions, shows, performances. One of our artists, JB Banks, worked with Affinity, who's a local rapper in Cleveland, and they made a song, Wake Up, which was a political tool to galvanize young voters to participate in the election in 2018, in that midterm election. So the work that they create always surprises me in a good way, because they're thinking, they're engaged, but there's also an artistry and a mastery of technique that I think is really beautiful that's coming out of their work.
And what have you seen in terms of the children who've gone through the program? Have their worldviews have changed? Have their thoughts changed of what's going on in society?
Absolutely. As someone who's kind of come in the middle of things, I was assisting Amanda kind of behind the scenes for a while, but as I came in and I started to work with the students to get to know them, to understand how this organization has impacted them, I've been blown away. They all say, yes, I'm an artist and I want to be an artist as a career.
You're also working closely with Tamir Rice's mom. Now, 5 years ago, Tamir was shot. He had like a toy gun. He was 12 years old.
It's a toy, yes.
A cop shot him right in the stomach, if I recall. And
yes, within less than 1 second.
And the sister got thrown in the back of the car. Well, she was handcuffed,
yes,
right.
She was.
But eventually she was released. So you're working with them. How did you get involved working with them?
So when I started Shooting Without Bullets, it was a response to the murder of Tamir and working with young people to get their voices at decision-making tables. And I knew that this was a time where young people really felt the weight of the oppression, the weight of the system on them physically and emotionally. And so I knew that I needed to have some type of therapeutic and cathartic process for them also. And I knew at the time somebody who was studying art therapy. And so she was doing a project with Miss Rice, and she introduced Miss Rice to me and said, Amanda's doing this great program, you should consider Tajay being in it. And Miss Rice said, I don't know. And I think one day Miss Rice had to go to court or something, and she needed to drop her off.
So she
came to the program, and it was all love. So
wow, so Tajay's gone through your program.
Yes, she is.
How is she doing?
She's a regular teenager.
Really?
That's what I would like to describe her as. I don't want to describe her trauma. I don't want to put her in the box of somebody who is not going to be able to heal or who's forever going to live this moment. She's a regular teenager. She loves to laugh. She loves to watch TV. She likes to hang out with her girlfriends. Like, that's the Tajay that I want the world to see. I mean, of course, she lost her brother in a very horrific way. She was traumatized by being handcuffed and put in the back of the police car. But as a young girl who's only 19 years old, I'd hate for me to put that narrative on her.
I'd like to say that, especially for Black and brown youth and in Cleveland, trauma unfortunately seems to be such a normal part of everyday life.
So sad.
Yeah, we just learn how to move through it.
Right. How's Tamir's mom doing, Samira?
Miss Rice, she's a powerhouse.
Yeah.
She's a force to be reckoned with. She's not looking at just the individual officers, Timothy Loman and Frank Garnback. She's looking at the whole system. The whole system, from the prosecutor to the police chief to the mayor to city council. She's looking at all of them, and she's really strategically thinking about ways to attack and say, listen, no more children dying on this soil in Cleveland, Ohio.
Right. During the Obama administration, did they ever look at civil rights violations against the cops?
It was there. The Obama administration as a whole, I don't know that they had been particularly active in Tamir's case, but it is at the Department of Justice, and I think that it got there because we were in the Obama era, not the Trump era. And now, of course, it's completely stalled.
Right. Now, are the police involved with your program at all?
We had one day in 2017, I believe, which was a day of justice at a library where police officers could come and they could watch and they could listen to youth perspectives. We don't involve them in any type of leadership. We don't do collaborative projects, but we hope that the youth voice is heard by the police officers and that they will change as a result of it. They are policing these communities. They would consider themselves the gatekeepers of the community, which I would argue that they are not, but these young people are insiders and they have the true perspective, and we want the police to be able to see that perspective.
Is that something that you want to do and that you want to try to get the police involved so that you're all working together?
I will say that I want accountability first. The officers have to be held accountable for their wrong and then engage in a process of truth and reconciliation. Telling the truth about the wrongs that you have done. And then we have the opportunity to reconcile, to come back together, to discuss ways to build solutions. But no young person wants to listen to somebody say, oh, let me talk about a solution, but I don't want to apologize to you. And that's been the MO of the police. And so right now we're not going to subject.
Insulting.
Yeah, we're not going to subject our young folks to that.
Okay, I understand. So how's the community reacting to you?
The Black community loves it because it's an empowering thing. It's a thing where young people can come to our program, learn about art as activism, get paid a stipend. The art, for the first time in a long time, represents them, it represents their community. The white community is embracing it. We do have a lot of allies, I will say that. A lot of allies support us in getting work shown, have donated, have hooked us up with collaborations, but a lot of white folks have tried to take our work down and continuously do.
Really?
Yes.
So there's a lot of division still?
Oh, yes.
Wow.
But, being at the intersection of that is what I believe will create change and progress, and we don't stop. And our young people are very aware of when somebody censors our work or tries to take it down, because guess what? They're the ones who are helping me hang it.
Right.
Yeah. So,
how's immigration impacting your work? Are you working with immigrants, or are they mostly American citizens that you're working with?
Our demographic, our young people are mainly American citizens who live or are enrolled in school in Cleveland.
Okay. Do you see any similarities between what's going on in immigration today?
Absolutely. You would be blind to not see the parallels, in my opinion. It's all a part of the same system, and that's why we talk about social justice. Obviously, we have a racial justice lens, because that is a large segment of the population that we're working with. That is, we come from the Black community.
I commend Kelsi because she really looks at the individual, and she really is caring for communities, and she's done a lot of research on immigration, so she's very shy right now. But yes, the disenfranchisement of people and the excluding peoples from the boundaries of our country is American as America is. It's the root of it. And in a capitalist society where there is 1% of people who control all the wealth and 99% of the other people who are scrapping for that, you look at the other and you say, they're the ones that are causing my problems and not the system itself. And so in the context of immigration, you other immigrants and you try to exclude them because of fear. This fear that someone's going to take away your security. And this fear is so strong that it is keeping kids and families in concentration camps. It's the root of why American enslavement was so long. It's why the Jim Crow era disenfranchised so many Black folks, and white businesses continuously prospered as a result of it. So yeah, we're dealing with people who are fighting for basic rights. Life, liberty, happiness.
Describe some of the artwork that your students have created.
So I think one of the best pieces that I can describe in this context is a canvas painting that has the word freedom on it, and freedom in different languages. And in the Watchtower, there's a depiction of Donald Trump, and it says, "Make America White Again." And it has so many people that are trying to, you see the red, white, and blue, that's a symbol of America, the American flag. And they're actually trying to climb up the wall to go over to the freedom side. America is not the freedom side.
Oh, they're going on the opposite
they're
side,
going on the opposite side. They're saying, we're getting out of here. We're going to a more equitable place. We're going to a place
wherever that place is on the other side of the wall.
Imagine, right? It's not here now, but we're imagining it. So I love this piece. This piece is used as a backdrop for a lot of our events, and a lot of people love to take pictures in front of this.
And which student did this?
Oh, it was a collective. It was a collaborative.
Oh, wow.
So I was teaching at an art center, and I had about 10 young people that I was working with, and that's them. They didn't finish it, but I still love it.
Cool.
Yes.
That's cool.
Yes.
That's really cool. So where can people find out more about Shooting Without Bullets? Where can they get involved? How can they donate to help you guys out?
They can do all of that through our website, shootingwithoutbullets.org. All of our social media handles are also Shooting Without Bullets, so absolutely.
And before you leave, this is a show about achieving the American dream, and the American dream means something different to everybody. Tell me what you need, what America needs to do to achieve these dreams.
My American dream is a place where everyone has the ability to thrive. And to me, that means that, first of all, our basic needs are met. Second of all, that we're not oppressed. We're not othering people. We're not marginalizing people. That we're truly giving people the space and the resources to be themselves and to live as best as they possibly can.
Nice. And
I think the American dream to me looks like a place where people are held accountable for their wrongdoings. I mean, like, that's why we are in this predicament, is that people are not being held accountable, and that people are really looking back at the atrocities that have happened in America and saying, we're going to use this as a marker for what not to do and move forward. In America, there's still not markers of injustice. We cover it up, we throw dirt on it, we need it out in the open, and that's what our art is doing. And I guess my dream is that people will watch and they'll take note, and then we can be at that place that Kelsi's describing, where everybody's needs are met, everybody's rights are valued. But right now, I want truth, I want justice.
all right, well, thank you very much. Amanda King, Kelsi Carter, great job, amazing organization.
Thank you very much.
And it's amazing that, you know, young women like yourselves go back into the community and really try to help people from the bottom up.
Yes,
so congratulations to the both of you.
Thank you.
All right.
Thanks for having us.
All right, so we're going to put we're not going to put 13 minutes on the clock. That's going to be a big speed round.
A
That's
minute
more
33.
a minute 33, not 13 minutes. No. We're gonna try to answer as slowly and as detailed, as many questions as we can.
A speedy 13 minutes.
13 minutes. No, 13 quick answers in a minute and 33 seconds. And the reason we picked it is because we discovered earlier in the show, for those who watched, that the number 3 is the death number. Right. So we have put all our 3s together, and we are going to test whether or not, right here for the first time ever, whether the number 3 is in fact the death number. Whether we will blow ourselves up or not.
This is my favorite number. Let's not mess this up.
Let's not mess this up, Nesquik. 3, the death number. All right, let's go.
I filed an I-130 for my husband. I need to change the location. How can I do it?
Submit an AR-11.
What happens when you apply for U.S. citizenship but your green card expires before the process can be finished?
You got to renew the green card and pay the fee.
Daphne says, I'm getting my employment-based green card. My fiance overstayed his visa. Can I file a petition for him when we get married?
You can, but you got to be a citizen to file his adjustment.
Is it okay to go to an OAS interview with an expired passport?
Yes, but it's better to have a good one.
Nikki says, what's the minimum you have to make for affidavit of support to file for your spouse and 2 step-kids?
125% above the poverty level. For a family of 4, it's probably over $30,000.
If you marry a green card holder, how long would it take to receive a green card?
About 2 years.
Sam says, can I request for a consultation with Brad while waiting for a decision on my I-751?
Yes, you may.
What should I do now to get the decision on citizenship? It's been more than 120 days.
You can file a de novo review or wait.
Jam Beauty says, my son wasn't to file for his dad and wife with 2 boys under 10 years old. Do we file I-130 for each of them?
If the dad's a citizen, yes.
Brenda, I applied for the IS-30 about 6 months ago and I hadn't heard anything from them yet. What should I do?
Wait.
Is getting arrested for driving with a suspended license a CIMT? Is it admissible
Probably
or
not.
deportable?
Probably not.
Can an undocumented undocumented immigrant file for an EB-5 visa?
You can, but unless you're 245I or have a provisional waiver, you're not going to get through.
Maya says, can anyone tell me what is the call-in notice for G56 about?
I can tell you, but I'm not going to tell you in 3 seconds.
There you go.
They just want to know. The question was, can anyone tell you? And the answer is yes, I can tell you.
So we answered it.
I answered it.
So we answered it.
Blew us up anyway.
Why y'all so blow
Why
us
you
up?
blow me up? I didn't. You know what? Once we get to 13. We get our Bradshaw Live superpowers. That blow up doesn't affect us at all.
Right.
No, we're still standing strong.
It just like bounced right up and right back at you.
Immortal.
Right?
We're
That's
immortal
right.
on the Brad squad
That's right.
now.
Yeah, once we hit 13 questions, like, no, blow up! No! All right. What do you got for comments of the day?
Here we go. Alrighty. Comments of the day. Let's see what nice things everyone has to say about the squad. First one comes from Jasmine Caballero. Yes, the squad family show is on. Get your popcorn and let's get informed.
All right.
Nice, yeah. All right, our second comment of the day comes from Tamika Nelson saying, this is the program that gives great immigration information with a little Dr. Phil.
Yes.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I got that vibe today.
I've been told that before.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm younger. And I have this much more hair than him. Just this much more.
Just yay much. And
Yeah.
our next comment of the day comes from Lee E. And he says, or she says, squad up. Late to the party, but had to comment on Brad's face when he was talking about Pizza Friday at school.
Very happy.
That was the happy. It brought back memories. Nothing better than Pizza Friday. They had the square pizza.
Yeah.
Is that what you had at school, right?
No, yeah, those are the good ones.
Even back from the 1970s, they never changed that pizza.
No,
It's
no,
the
Michelle tried.
And she tried. In the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, everyone had the square pizza.
2000s.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, guys, our last comment of the day is from Lisa Bling Rose, and she says, Uncle Brad, you're related to Dr. MLK because you help so many people get their dreams to come true by getting their green cards, kids, and families here.
That's
So
really
awesome.
nice, and I'm nowhere near that, but I really appreciate the analogy, but thank you very much.
But you're
It's
doing
really
your
nice.
part, Uncle Brad.
I'm trying my best. I try my little bit. We will be back tomorrow. We'll see you a little after 5:30. Thanks for watching. So, Sam, as part of the production, we have to say this disclaimer at the end of the show. Do you mind reading it for me?
Okay, but you know, Brad, I have to do everything around here. It's bad enough I've got to remember everything that happened on the episode from the previous day.
Forget it. I'll do it. The proceeding was information only and not specific legal advice. Consult an attorney about your individual situation. Prior successful results do not guarantee a similar outcome in the future. To make an appointment with the Spar and Bernstein law firm located at 225 Broadway in New York City, call 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Easy to remember, 1-800-LAW-LINK. That's 1-800-LAWLINK. Once again, make a call to 1-800-529-5465. And of course, link up with the law offices of Spar and Bernstein, located at 225 Broadway on the 5th floor. If I were you out there, make the call, make the link, make the connection, make it Spar and Bernstein. 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-529-5465. And now, conveniently located in Hartford, Connecticut on 1 Congress Street. Visit us in Connecticut or in New York at 225 Broadway. That's 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-LAW-LINK. 1-800-529-5465.